It's time for another video. I'm recording this video back to back with my review of Smile. So I am still currently in the middle of a game of Rocket League, even though this will be uploaded about half a week later. So to you, it probably seems like no time. What was I going to say? Yes, this video is about, is Nardole a waste of space? And I'm putting it like that deliberately to get people that like him angry. Generally, I'm just going to have a quick... so basically, the last few days, I've rewatched The Husbands of Riversong. I have rewatched The Return of Dr. Mysterio. Obviously, the pilot was aired a week ago. And Smile is now about, what, 15, 16 hours old currently, so it's the latest thing. Thin Ice will be out in a few days from when I'm actually doing this, but by the looks of it, he's not even going to be in that probably. And if he is, it'll probably be for about the last 2 to 3 minutes, probably making some very, very dead humour kind of comments. Basically, in The Husbands of Riversong, he's a waste of space, really, to be honest. But, you know, he's one of those characters that's like a side character, you know. It was very clear that at the time the episode was released, Stephen Moffat had no intention of him being a proper companion. There was, you know, he never joined the TARDIS at the end of the episode. It just ended with him and Riversong, the Doctor and Riversong, you know. So clearly Nardole was just a character, you know, just a guest person, someone that was just there really as a cameo to make more people enjoy the episode, you know. So then, oh look, there's that person from Little Britain in the episode, yay! So people will be like that. But then comes The Return of Dr. Mysterio, where suddenly he's back. And when I first watched it, I was thinking, oh, cool, he's in it again. Clearly he joined the TARDIS at the end of Husbands of Riversong, and I forgot, because it was a year ago. But he didn't. So Nardole was just randomly there, and it's very, very slightly and briefly mentioned in the episode that the Doctor actually generally put him back together, like Humpty Dumpty. You know, Nardole's a fat bastard that fell off a wall, and the Doctor pieced him back together again. He does. His face is a bit like an egg, isn't it? His head's a sort of like, you know, like an egg. You know, he's bald, so you know. Again, you know, I like Matt Lucas, so I'm not poking fun. I'm just having a laugh, you know. But basically, yeah. So his purpose in The Return of Dr. Mysterio, I mean, he was barely in that. I really enjoyed The Return of Dr. Mysterio, and as I said, I like Nardole. I legitimately think Nardole is, if he has backstory, he could be a good addition to the TARDIS. But the thing is, right now, the way things are going, he's just doing nothing. You know, in the pilot, so to progress from The Return of Dr. Mysterio, where he had pretty much no role, the pilot, suddenly, he's the first thing you see in the new series. He walks in, he's got a robot arm, he's dropping some small things on the floor, and he's trying to look like, and he's doing some weird noises, which, you know, it's not bad, but throughout the entire episode, he gets no backstory. He's just there, acting as if he knows the Doctor, when he doesn't. He's there saying, oh look, we finally got to Bill saying it's bigger on the inside. And him there going like, what else is it that he said now? Yeah, he said, oh, that's the Doctor for you. He never notices the tears. And all these things as if he knows the Doctor. But in the supposed, what, 70 years that the Doctor has been at the university, the Doctor has had no companions. So how on earth would Nardole know that? Sure, you could say, oh, the Doctor probably told him about this stuff, but he's never seen it firsthand, has he? So he doesn't really have the right to say, oh, look, we finally got there. Yeah, let's have a handshake and all laugh. But the thing is, he has no right. And as a fan of the show, it just seems jarring. It's like this person was just forced down our throats without anyone ever wanting him there. You know, I never saw anyone after The Husbands of Riversong saying, yeah, let's bring back that Nardole character, that guy that, you know, ended up having his head chopped off and forced on top of a robot. At the end of the day, The Husbands of Riversong sucked. It was a crap episode. It was an insult to Doctor Who. And you know what, no matter what you think of the Riversong character, I personally don't like it. But even if I liked Riversong, that episode did not even serve Riversong justice, to be honest. It was it was a strange idea. You know what it was? The episode had potential. Again, it's like a lot of Christmas specials. They have potential. The idea was there, right? The idea of chopping people's heads off and sticking them on top of menacing robots is a pretty good idea. Yeah, I'm not going to go and do it myself, but it's a good idea to watch. It can be some slight, relatively decent entertainment. But it was executed so poorly, and the whole Christmas theme was just... It just had no place there. The episode was not Christmassy. There was snow in there, sure, to make it feel like Christmas. But there was no real good element of Christmas in there. You have the Doctor coming out and saying, oh, carolers aren't wanted, or whatever. Well, there was a sign on the TARDIS or something. I don't know, I can't remember. But it wasn't... You know, the Christmas theme was just... It wasn't supposed to be there. And... You know, the episode wasn't really that good. Its only purpose was to have Peter Capaldi meet Riversong and to finish her storyline in time for Stephen Moffat to announce that he'd be leaving, because he knows full well that Chris Chibnall is probably not going to have Riversong in one of his episodes. And I sincerely doubt, and to be honest, I hope that Stephen Moffat doesn't come back to write any random Riversong appearance in the new series. He can come back and write like a 1 or 2-parter, because we know that he can actually write good episodes when someone else is the showrunner. Like, you know, The Empty Child, The Doctor Dances, The Girl in the Fireplace, Blink, Silence in the Library, Forest of the Dead. All of those are really good episodes as soon as you took up. But that's a whole topic for another video of me ranting about Stephen Moffat that I'll probably do at some point in the future. But the main thing is, I keep going on tangents. The main thing is Nardole, right? Just, he has no story. There is no reason for him to be in the TARDIS other than so that the Doctor wasn't talking to himself in the Return of Dr. Mysterio, and so that someone else can have the witty lines that Stephen Moffat wants the Doctor to say, but because they're trying to have Peter Capaldi strike a balance between the darkness of Series 8 and the light-hearted comedy of Series 9, because they're trying to strike that balance, they don't want the Doctor to have all these funny lines, so they want someone else to say them. That's my opinion. But at the end of the day, you don't want to just force a character into the show. In Peter Capaldi and Stephen Moffat's last series, you don't want to force a character down people's throats that no one even wanted. You know, Bill, I think Smile is a perfect example of how Bill and the Doctor are perfectly fine on their own. And I guarantee you that Thin Ice, the episode coming up this Saturday, it's going to be another example of that the Doctor and Bill will be fine by themselves. But we know, based on the Coming Soon trailer, that Nardole will be back. He'll be going, you know, on adventures in the TARDIS. He'll be doing all this sort of stuff. But that was never asked for, you know. The only previous time, in my opinion, when, you know, having multiple characters in the TARDIS worked was Amy and Rory. They both had good story. They were, you know, a couple, and it completely killed that whole idea of the Doctor and the companion, you know, having this sort of, you know, weird kidnapping BDSM love affair in the TARDIS. It completely killed all that theory by having the girl's husband with them, you know. And that was the only other time when, you know, having two companions in the TARDIS actually worked and made sense. Every other time there's been multiple companions in the TARDIS. In the new series... No, sorry, in Stephen Moffat's era, it hasn't worked. Every time there's been another person in the TARDIS, even just for a brief period, it was stupid. You know, Rusty Davies could do it well. You had, you know, John Barrowman in the TARDIS with Rose. You had Mickey with Rose. You know, that all worked, even if it was only for short periods. But Stephen Moffat can't seem to do that. And the main thing is that Nardole has no right. You need to sort of earn your place in the TARDIS crew. You know, you need to have an episode dedicated to yourself, dedicated to how amazing you are, how you're some fantastical person that's gonna, you know, save the Doctor's life or some sort of... At least that's the way it should, you know, at least that's Stephen Moffat's rules anyway. But anyway, this video's gone on for way too long. All my previous videos like 5 minutes. This is nearly 10 minutes. I might have to cut this down or something. But yeah, thank you all for watching. If you agree, then like the video. If you don't agree, then don't dislike the video. Just go away. If you want to subscribe, then subscribe. If you don't, then that's it. And what you're doing it this far in the video. Thank you all for watching. This is the Who Reviewer signing out. Bye.